urban area, Mike, and then this becomes more of a park-like experience with an amphitheater. And if you can imagine, the landscape just kind of rolls down to the water's edge, and there's more plants, and it's more of a riparian edge, more of a natural edge. And there's some open space and some turf areas where people can just sort of lay out and they can sort of hang out and have picnics and all that sort of thing. This is the urban, it's kind of a European village, but it could be more contemporary architecture. It doesn't have to be European architecture. It could be more contemporary. But the idea is that this is the urban edge, and this is where the automobile and the pedestrian are on equal ground, but it's all connected. It's not.
But then this is where, how deep is it from here to here?
This is 400 feet from here to here. So that's 400 feet. So that allows us a tremendous amount of flexibility.
150 and 250.
Yeah. So this is about 160 feet, and then this is about 130 to 160.
So this can be
feet.
parking lot, and this can be the businesses that want to be on the water.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of inside out, but
Yeah.
this can be double faced, so that you can actually have stuff here, and then you can duck behind and do parking, or we can do parking. And we can do buildings. We can do any number of things. We have buildings.
Well, the way you did it,
coming down here.
if they were inside you could move this road back to the back too.
You could, yeah.
So that if the business, I think these businesses are going to want to be bigger.
Well, you'll see that in the next round. I've got some sketches, but they're really rough. But you'll see it in the next sketch that there's any number of ways we can deal with this
Right.
edge. So this is a placeholder. The important thing is that this connects all the way around, so I can continue to circulate. And this is an amenity. This is where it's the walk. This
One
is
thing
the
I was
evening
worried
walk.
about though, the NDOT's involved now, because we were listening to the engineer,
Sure they
right? And we're a little worried about this intersection being on the curve.
Well, this is going to be signalized.
Yeah.
That's a full movement, full blown signal.
I'm just throwing it out there that they may say, well, why can't we have it on the straight, but.
Well, this is a mile from here to here, so I'm hoping we can do. This will be full intersection, this will be full intersection, and this will be full intersection, and then these will be.
So they'll just turn right,
Right in,
and have to
right
make
in,
a
right out.
U-turn at the intersection if they want to go the other way.
Yeah, these will be limited access.
Because he did say that they were going to be
And this
hard to deal with too many.
They are.
And
They're
what
going
was
to want this
this
to be a
again?
freeway.
Ron, what was all that?
Well, this is you kind of call this the wharf edge, but in a way it is because when you go to Seattle, the tidal shift is 12 to 14 feet, and so you can see the water goes down along the wharf edge and it exposes that concrete edge. That's what we're going to have here. We're going to have 9 feet going up and down. All
I got to
day.
show you something. I saw it in Canada on that.
Yeah, so they have the tide. So we almost have like a tide, if you will, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because it's
Very cool.
dynamic, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I think that edge is basically concrete, but then the concrete has exposures and it sort of has a texture to it, so it almost looks like it's the
Rock.
peeler poles, or it's it's like a wharf edge that sort of gets exposed as the water goes up and down. Whereas this, it just sort of recedes into the plants. It's more of a riparian edge.
So how many acre feet is the lake on this one?
1,935. So it's 1935 acre feet,
60 surface.
61.5 surface area, maximum depth of 55 feet, average depth of about 30 feet.
Which is perfect because then the algae doesn't grow.
Yeah, and
'Cause
again, the
remember when we
lake
had the problem with
engineers
the
will
lakes at
say,
Whistler
okay,
was because
you know,
the shallower
yeah,
areas,
they
the
gave me
sun
that
heated the
criteria.
water too hot.
Yeah, so I'm just
by making it 30
reciting
foot,
what they
it
told
makes
me.
it perfect because you're not dealing with algae growth and all that sort of
No,
stuff.
they're
You're
gonna
sure going to get algae growth around the edges, but that's the people that take care of the lake going to figure that
Yeah,
out.
they figured that.
And then this is the residential element. Explain.
This is residential here. So the idea is you'd have the highest density, obviously in closest proximity to the amenity, and then as you go up the hill, you go to the medium density, and then a low. And what I mean by high, medium, and low is that we were thinking maybe this is single family detached at 7.5 to 8.5 units per acre. Pocket lots, single family detached homes. These would be townhomes. So this is your 18 unit to the acre,
I don't think you're
3-story.
going to any single family detached in there.
It's just a thought.
I know. I think it's going to all be
Yeah.
apartment buildings and stuff.
No, that's going to be over here.
Well, you can do
Apartments.
apartments there. You could do apartments
Okay.
here too. I mean, if you really want to get crazy, we can do some apartments over here too. I mean, we can do 5/2. We can do 5-story over 2-story parking, and we can do vertically integrated mixed use. We can have shops at the ground floor. We can have offices second floor, and you can have 3 stories of residential above that.
Everybody that's out there
I mean, we can do that right here.
wants
I mean,
living. Yeah,
Yeah.
the ones we've talked to, and I know all the ones coming are gonna be the same way. They
But
they want.
this site is so unique.
That's beautiful.
Topographically,
That's
it's a ridge that comes out. And, you know, again, you're gonna have some executives, you're gonna have some people that,
I agree. I agree with you completely.
I mean, just do this study. Just do a quick study and see what the.
Well, I
purchase
figured
price
all
is.
the big shots are gonna want penthouses in wherever the high rises go.
Well, they could
Well,
buy
we're
a single family.
We're like 3-story type 3 construction.
Otherwise, the numbers don't work.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I would
Yeah.
love to see type 5 out here. I'd love to see 4/2 and
But
stuff like that.
construction costs are like
But I just can't
$350
imagine.
a foot.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
can't
really?
imagine you could sell it.
All that stuff sounds great and it sounds wonderful. It just doesn't work.
We could barely pull it off in urban places. You know what I mean?
You can't pull it off in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it doesn't work here.
Every time it's been done here, it's failed. Every one of
Yeah.
those projects has gone broke.
Yeah. So you got 3 million people here. We can't pull it off here.
So then all this stuff on the south side of Denmark, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got like 30 acres there. That's where we have to do the apartments because that's up and away and
Yeah, farther away and the views. Yeah, you can do your high density. along
Topography is a dream come true.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, you just do your apartments there, and also they're along the major road too, so they have better access. You know, you do your high
and
density.
they're up a little
along
bit,
that.
so they got a little view of the lake. But we'll do the apartments there. We'll do 500
Just gotta
units.
Kind of provide a natural
400
barrier.
or 500 units
This is,
there.
this is the Hilton
No, Hilton's here.
here.
Yeah, that's Jamie's piece.
So then people can just walk down the hill right to the lake, right?
Yeah.
So the circulation right down here. And again, in all these roads, I've made them the width of the road, but then there's a parkway adjacent to it, a green belt, so that there's a walkway on both sides. It's separated from the curb edge. There's street trees. You know, the streets become the amenity. They become park-like. So it connects all the people so they can walk and stroll and run.
And then
and
this
jog.
purple area here was
This would be like a recreation facility. So it'd be like a clubhouse, tennis, pool, little fitness. I mean, you're gonna have a retail fitness in here someplace. You're gonna have an LA Fitness kind of thing happening in here. You know, a 24-hour fitness kind of thing happening here. But I was thinking this would be more like the residential clubhouse.
That's a good idea.
And then this could
Maybe some
be
tennis courts.
office here. I had office in these parcels because again of their relationship
guy's-
to that.
This guy's in, he wants to stay in, right?
everybody wants to stay in.
Yeah, that's this guy here.
Yeah. That's Stormo. So this and this is owned by the same people. This is Pharrell. This is a piece we bought. This is Pharrell. This is Stormo. This is all us. This is Morimoto. So,
Yeah, this is
There's a
tough
few
'cause it's
pieces we
so
gotta
s-
buy.
It's so steep right there.
And
Well,
this,
and one thing I see that you're gonna have to do some talking, and you might have to do some horse trading. Aren't these, are
well,
these the two pieces that we don't have yet?
I think that comes in here. But we can move it by moving the road over to there.
These parcels.
I'm
here.
just worried, I was worried from day one that they would feel like they gave it too much up for the main turning in, because that's what I was always talking about. You might have to give them a little more.
Yeah, but if that's the main turn in, that's gonna be the highest value.
Yeah, they're just
That's-
losing a
that's-
lot of
that-
land.
That's $20-30 a foot, that corner. By putting it there, we'd be doing them the biggest favor they ever did in their
Okay,
life.
you're
That's
right.
my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, you're right.
So what I did, Mike, is I sort of disregarded the individual parcel lines.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we can overlay that. We can say, okay, maybe we can, maybe we can't in certain areas. Maybe we got some guys who want to.
No, he brought up a good point I didn't think about.
But yeah, the
That
idea is-
turns their property into the highest
To
per
be at
square
the
foot.
entrance is
It's
right.
the entrance, that's where Starbucks wants to go.
Yeah,
And they pay $30 a foot.
Yeah, this is.
yeah,
I mean,
you're
this,
right.
this is the key area here.
But I haven't given up yet, I'll still get that piece. It's the only
I
one I
hope so.
haven't got. Or at least to join into the deal.
Yeah, just don't show them the plan yet.
No.
Yeah.
And there's that 25 acres, that ends up being
Right.
pretty.
Yeah, I'd do a hotel up here for sure. This would be a great place for a hotel. Because it's got the proximity, but it's not, it doesn't have to.
I was actually thinking hotels up here because they all want it now. And so being in the underground, I was thinking, well, if they did something now, we could put a temporary entrance off here to let them get going until this all got built. So they could bring something into a temporary off the road parking lot stuff, because,
Yeah, we'll just come up here.
yeah. Because this road Still has all the utilities from the pumping house and power and all that stuff to be worked out, so.
And what I did though, and again, I don't know enough to be dangerous on some of this, is I don't know who owns all this land here.
A mining company, and they're very hard to deal with.
Okay. Because if
They're
we
not
could,
gonna
if we
be
could get a grading easement, you
From
know,
what I
That's where the power poles are
Well,
going.
that's part of relocation. What I've done is, I'll copy you on it, but my request on the survey, which has the table A, request